Welcome to Deep Thought. Many are imprisoned within their own minds. Seriously, many of us are within a mental prison. And I'm going to emphasize us because you know how I consistently do on this channel. I told y'all, I'm not a guru on top of some mountain. I'm not no perfect being. I'm still rising and transforming myself. I'm still a work in progress. I'm going to be saying this until the moment I transition. I can transition at 107 and I'll still be like, yeah, well, I guess I got to come back for another life to like finish that work, right? But many of us are in prison within our own lives, in our own minds. Seriously. And I'm going to use myself for an example. Look, like I said, I have no problem sharing this with y'all, you know, but there was I went through, like many people went through a significant part of my life. And, you know, I'm just doing all right. Yeah, there were moments of relative success, but then, you know, moments of down in the dumps and everything. You know, I wasn't being the best version of myself. But here's the thing. I could one thing. And I look back at it and I was like, you know, I didn't do this thing because of my own issue. My own issues. You know, I wasn't like living, you know, totally the way I wanted or being in relationships I wanted. It was all on me, you know, because I had a thought about something like, okay, I'm known for talking about relationships, right? There were a lot of good relationships I missed because I was in a mental prison, you know. Not because the women rejected me, but because of my own thoughts. See, your prison is whatever keeps you from rising up. Whatever keeps you from being the best version. And yeah, we got outside forces that try to influence that prison. But at the end of the day, it's a construction of our own. We construct it. Because we can construct it even when somebody's doing something good. Because it's all on our reaction. It's on us. So you're in prison. You're doing the stuff. Not the other people. Not the theys. Because the theys, and you know, that's the elite, or if you want to call them Illuminati, Mariah conquering win, brother to the snake, the most they can do is put stuff out. And they can try, but they don't hold a gun to your head. You have a choice. You put yourself in that prison. They put that fence there. But ultimately, you're there. It's like those situations where they'll tie up an elephant or something, right? When it's a baby to something like a chair or something they can't move. And even if it grows bigger, even though that elephant can rip that chair away or that spot away, it doesn't. But that's because it's in its mind, right? And that's a lot of people. A lot of people don't do what they can or don't get the things they want because of their imprisonment within their own minds. It's not the days can't really stop you. In fact, let me go off on a tangent. I know I do tangents on here. Usually if you rise up and you escape that prison, the days, they don't just come after you. They offer you money. They just try to co-opt you. That's all they do. You know, the days will just try to co-opt you first. They'll say, hey, yeah, you escaped that prison. Hey, here's some money. You can roll with us now. You know, that's how they do it. But see, most people ain't. Most people are stuck in their minds. It was like, because when you look at people, you know, you look at people, you look at their belief system, you look at what they're saying. I was like, well, that's in your own mind. Even if you got other people agreeing with it, it's still in their minds. Y'all might agree with it, but it still don't make it right, and you still not stuck there. You know? Because, and like I said, I'm always going to use myself. Now, I'm going to say right now, I'm doing better than I've ever done in life. Now, I've had moments of success in life. You know, more successful than the average person, but it still wasn't at the full capacity of what I could be doing. Even though I'm still not there, but I'm on the path there. That's because I dealt with some stuff that was within me. I started freeing myself out of my own mental prison. I was stuck, even at a level of success, higher education than the average man, living better than the average man, doing a lot of stuff better. There was still a prison. I was still stuck. There was still fences around it. There were still walls up. But those walls were constructed by me. Nobody else constructed that wall. I can't blame the theys for that. I can't blame them at all. Because I look back at it and I say, you know what? I could have been doing this. I look at a lot of stuff and I say, I could have been doing this. You know? But even when some other people, even when I did something in reaction to somebody else, and there's one incident, but I ain't gonna go over it here, where I allowed somebody else to stop me, and there was a period where I was putting it on them that they stopped me from doing something. And I look back at it, I say, no, that person didn't stop me. That person expressed what they wanted, but I could have still been like, oh, hell no, I'm gonna do this anyway. That was a prison I built. This person didn't build it for me. They didn't put me in there. I put myself in that prison. But when I got in a position to really see it for what it is, for what it was, I started chipping at that wall, you know? Indeed, I started chipping at that wall so much, I ain't had to break out of the prison. I just walked on out. Because that was it. And even now, and I wouldn't say the prison, but there's still fences up. But more and more, the more I get rid of a fence, the more I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I could have been doing this all along. I was the one who put up that fence. Nobody put up that fence for me. And especially now, I see that now. Since I'm totally independent. I don't work for anybody. I don't even work for YouTube. I mean, I could always say on YouTube, oh, I ain't gonna put this out. I can go a month, and what's anybody gonna say? Y'all might say, oh, y'all mess with me. It's like, Ron, where are you? And stuff, but I'm not obligated to do anything for anybody. I put myself in that position. So that's when I really saw the prisons and stuff. That's when I really saw the walls, and I looked back, and I was like, wait a minute. Even with what I do now, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't have to do it this way, or I'm not stuck into this. All right? Now, like I said, I use myself because I want y'all to know I'm on this journey with everybody else. We climbing that mountain together. We are climbing that mountain together. But many other people, many of y'all, look at your lives. Look at yourself. Look at what you've done, what you've not done. What's really keeping you in place? Is it really the theys? Or do you have that prison within your mind? And yeah, the theys did what they could to help you build it, to encourage you to build it, but ultimately it's within yourself to get to that higher level, right? And if you want to go to another level, you got to figure out what you need to do to raise up, to escape that prison, all right? So we're going to talk about that next episode. Peace and blessings.